Okay.
In case it says we're live.
Now you can pull up your other. There you go.
Okay. And then we're ready.
So we're just waiting for this one. Yeah, you can go ahead. Yeah, here it goes. Okay.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. We are so glad that you can join us for a 30-minute introduction to Balanced Jumble. Let's take a look at our agenda today. Today, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to meet your presenter and your facilitator. Then we're going to talk about what is K-Jumble. We're going to look at creating K-Jumble, some benefits from using it, excuse me, and ways to utilize K-Jumble in your classroom. And then we'll have a question and answer time. Okay, so let's get started. I'm Teresa Kinney. I'm a special education teacher at Stevens Elementary. I'm in my 10th year of education with 20 plus years of corporate experience. I am currently a DEIC member in Garland ISD, and I am an aspiring administrator.
Just wait. Just go ahead and stop. Hit your, I'll delete it. Okay, go ahead and hit your, okay, go back to your,
Oh, I didn't turn the microphone on.
Well, you do that? Yeah, the microphone's on. We just didn't share your screen.
Oh, my bad.
You're fine.
So where is it? Here?
Mm-hmm. No, it's the one behind.
Oh, I didn't turn the microphone on.
Okay, can you, if you can do a secondary click here.
Right here? Two?
Mm-hmm. Two, I mean like a two-finger click. Then do it again. No, it's the one behind. Okay. Let me do this. Where is your...
Okay. You can delete this one out. Okay, so this is exactly...
Okay, where's your hangout? We're good. That was still good. Okay.
This is clearly...
Where did your... Share screen. And you want to share.
start over? I can't deal with that. Can I start over? Yeah. Okay. Good afternoon. Welcome to our Balanced Jumble webinar. Let's take a look at what we're going to be looking at for the next 30 minutes. Our agenda for this afternoon is that we're going to meet your presenter and your facilitator. We'll be talking about what is K-Jumble, creating a K-Jumble. Then we'll look at the benefits from using this in your classroom and ways to utilize K-Jumble. And we'll have a question and answer time. So let's get started. I'm Teresa Kenny. I'm a special education teacher at Stevens Elementary. I am in my 10th year of education with 20 plus years of corporate experience. I am a DEIC member for Garland ISD, and I'm an aspiring administrator. If you have any questions about K-Jumble or this webinar, things you might see, or just have a question you want answered, I'd be more than happy to help you find the solution to your questions. You can contact me at tjkenny@garlandisd.net. This information will also be on a slide at the end at our question and answer time. Our facilitator is Kelly Curry. Kelly is an ESL teacher at Sewell Elementary. She has taught in Garland going on 10 years. She's been teaching from the 1st to the 3rd grade. She has written curriculum for the district, and you can contact Kelly at kccurry@garlandisd.net. Again, the email information will be posted at the end during the question and answer time. So what is K-Jumble? K-Jumble is a tool for you to use within Kahoot. And what one of your students does not enjoy playing Kahoots on a day? As a special education teacher, as I walk into the classrooms and I hear that music, I feel the excitement from the students because they're ready. They're fully engaged and they know that they are going to have a fun learning experience, even if it is taking a quiz. They know it's going to be fun. And isn't that what education should be? A fun learning experience? K-Jumble is a tool that you can use when you need to put things in an order, a sequence, when you need to know what is it that's going to come next. Other Kahoots you may have used, the normal Kahoots that the kids love so much, is it's a quiz. It's you pick the right answer. But with K-Jumble, the students are going to need to be actively engaged in the questions. They've got to really think through what it is that they need to do and get them in the right order to win those all coveted points. Playing K-Jumble is really not any different than playing Kahoots with the kids. On the left side of your screen, you see what the teacher's computer looks like. Looks like the exact same as you're beginning a Kahoot session. You're going to select whether or not you're going to play the classic, it's player versus player, or is it a team that you're going to create the Kahoot for? It doesn't matter. And when you create the Kahoot, as you see, you'll notice that it doesn't matter either. You select it here from this session. On the right-hand side is the student's device. This is what the student will see. K-Jumble looks no different. So your students are already ready to go so that they can have yet another fun, engaging experience with putting things in sequence and in order. What comes next? And that's something that is a very important skill for our students to be learning. On your teacher device, when the question comes up, for this example, it says list the events in order of how they appeared in the story. A great way for you to teach sequencing and a fun way for the kids to let you know what they do and do not know about the story's events. You'll notice that it still has the same information at the bottom, the triangle, the diamond, the circle, and the square, the same colors. Here, the answers to the sequence are all different. Each time you play the game, it will come up in a different random order. What the student has to do is they then, on their device, they have to decide which one of the symbols or the color goes in the right order. And they take it and they drag it from the bottom to the top. If they want, they can change the order as well. The students will become very quickly able to get all of those items in the correct order in a very quick moment. So creating. Let's go and look and see how Jumble actually will create. I've created two here for us to look at. The first one we're going to look at is math strategies. Give it a moment to come up. In the math strategies, you'll see that I created two different questions. My first question is, what are the cubes? Let me go back here for a minute and let's go into the edit mode. We can see it a little bit easier. So you see there's two ways to see it. If I go to the edit mode, then I have an option that I can actually see the questions differently. So here's this question. What are the steps in cubes? We're teaching strategies. Here, when I created it, I provided my question, I identified how long am I going to give the students to determine what order should these strategies be placed in. I also have an opportunity to add different images or a video to this particular cube for the students to watch. You'll see in the next one that we look at that have actually added images for it. So I have put the answers in the correct order for the students. Notice that there are 4 different answer choices. And then when the students play, it'll be in a random order for them to pick which sequence the strategy is completed in. And let's go look at the other strategy that I created a question for. Wonderful PEMDAS. What student does not need to understand PEMDAS? As adults, don't we still use PEMDAS? We know where to start, and it's something that our students need to be using and understanding how that strategy works. Here you'll notice that because PEMDAS has actually more components than what I have places for, because there are 4 answer choices in Jumble. What I have done is I combined multiplication and division because it is one step. Multiplication and divisions, I consider them brothers and sisters, and they go hand in hand with one another. So we need to put them together. And then I combine subtraction and addition here as well. Okay. That's the math strategies one that I created. I want us to look at one for reading. With our district going to a balanced literacy approach, I found in working with our 5th grade teachers that using Jumble during their read-alouds is an excellent opportunity for the teachers to know whether or not the students are comprehending what is transpiring in the story. So our fifth grade teacher and I were working together to put together this particular K-Jumble that she can use. Then the students sit in the circle around her on the floor during their read-alouds. And when they come to this question, she simply pops it up on the screen, and the students then can quickly show her whether or not they have comprehended the sequence of events that have taken place in the story thus far. They answer the question, and then, as we all know, you either have a green or a red screen, and the students pop around the iPads, and she can quickly observe, okay, so Johnny needs a little help here, and Susie needs a little help there. Okay, I kind of have an idea of what I need to do. So let's look at this book, The Mary Celeste. The Mary Celeste is a book that came in the books that you received through your Balanced Literacy program. It is an excellent book. There are wonderful pictures in there, captions that you can use for your text features. That would be something you could also create some steps for a jumble to use. Okay. Give it a moment to come up. You'll notice that I added a photograph. The Mary Celeste was a ship that was actually lost at sea. So it's a mystery. And the students have really gotten into learning about this mystery and what has happened with the ship. So they're very engaged and very interested. And then as the read aloud is happening, the teacher then pops up the question. This particular question asks the student to list the events in order of how they appeared in the story. It's a very quick check for what the students have gathered from the lesson that you're working on. Okay. And you can see it's very specific. You have several words that you can put in. Okay. And then the second question here is another one. That's a history question. As a lover of history, I can see our history teachers using this to help our students understand those sequences of events that took place in history. 8th grade teachers, wow, what a wonderful way for you to review come April as those students prepare to take the test in May. Okay. Now, I know you're all wondering, well, how do we create this? Let's go and let's create one. Give it a second. All right. So we're going to create a new one. I'm just going to do new K. And here are the options. You know, here's that quiz. That's what those kids all love with that wonderful music. Guess what? Jumble plays the same music. So the kids will get just as excited. Okay. And our title, we're going to do some science this time. We're going to do life cycles. On our description, it is required. It also helps you later to know, okay, now what did I create this for? Because maybe you've got a fun title out there, but this will help you later too. We're just going to put life cycles again for the time. See. Whoop. All right. So on this one, I want to add an image. So if I come over here to the add image, click on the G, look at the beautiful pictures that are provided for you to use as you create your K-Jumble. Some of them I really do like. I know the kids will like them. We're going to go over here to animals. And there's a frog down here that I think he is so adorable. He's like saying, hey, hi, here I am, pick me. I think the kids will enjoy using that. And the best part about utilizing this picture, when you add it to the Kahoot, here at the bottom, you'll recognize that it gives credit to that photographer who took the picture. You don't have to worry about any copyright infringements because it's already built in there for you. Makes it very easy. Okay, so we've got our picture in place, visible. We're just going to make this only visible for me right now because I'm working on creating it. I definitely want for myself, I need that English language. And then our audience. We'll need to select the audience that we want to be looking at this. This is definitely something for a school. Okay? And once we've got all of those pieces in place, we are ready to start with our different questions. We just click on the OK Go, and you'll notice that there's our cute little frog. It tells us what our Jumble is, and then the description here. Oh, and it looks like I've got my dyslexia kicked in. I'll need to go fix that. I'll show you how to edit that. You just find the little pencil, click on that little pencil. He'll take you right back, and you can change anything that you need to change. And then once you've got it switched, back to OK Go, and off we'll go back to our new Jumble that we are creating. So I want to start by clicking on the plus, and then my question. My first question is going to be, what is the life cycle of a butterfly? If you want to go and grab an image, for some of our students, this is a great way for you to help with differentiation. You can find that picture so that maybe you've got some struggling readers and they need a little bit of help. So if you come in and you find a picture, then quickly the student will know that, oh yeah, it's a butterfly. So they can clue into that, and you're creating some differentiation for them. Then back onto the left side, the time limit. You can select your time limit up to 120 seconds. That's really a long time, guys. That's 2 minutes. That's a long time for the students to figure it out. However, if it's a more in-depth sequence, they might need that extra time. We're just going to leave it at 60 seconds. You also have the opportunity to say yes or no, I want to have points awarded for this. Well, that's the whole purpose of playing the Kahoot. The kids want to get those points. They want to know who is in first. As I watch the kids in the classroom, as I know you do as well, the kids are so excited when they get it right and they want to see who it is that's in the lead. Once we've made those decisions, then you're going to put your answers in the correct order. So for this portion, you put the answers in the correct order. You notice that you are limited to 60 characters. 60 characters is a lot of information. So the first stage of a butterfly is the egg stage. Then the second one is the larva. Whoops. And then our third is the pupa. And then our final stage is the adult stage. And once we've got that information in there, you're ready to go on to your next question. Come up to the top right to where it says next and click on next. You then have all the options here. If you need to go back in and edit that question, you can. If you want to copy that, you can. Or if you just want to get rid of it and throw it away, you can do that as well. Throw it in the trash can. I'm going to create a second question. And this time we're going to be looking at the life cycle of a pumpkin. Okay. Oh, and let's go find a nice, wonderful picture for the kids. Oh, because that differentiation can really help those students who might be struggling with the words. There's our pumpkins. And we just come back down to it, and we're going to add it to our Kahoot. Again, we make the determination of how long we think the students might need to answer this question. So you have full control over how long the students get. And of course, we definitely want those awards. On the life cycle of a pumpkin, we have our seed, our sprout. Then we have the vine and the flower. And then we have a green and an orange pumpkin. We have 6 different options that we need to put in. So maybe we could leave one of the options out. That could be a question to discuss after the Kahoot for the students to know, okay, what did I leave out? So let's put in the vine, whoops. And then we'll put in the orange pumpkin. By leaving out the green, hopefully that will give us the opportunity after the Kahoot to actually discuss what was missed. And the students should know that what was missed was the green pumpkin. With Jumble and putting the things in sequence with just the 4 options, you do have the opportunity to select a variety of different ways to put your question in to create that discussion, which I think is very important, that you have that discussion about what could have been left out. Once you're done, click on the next, and you're ready to go. Just for time's sake, we're not going to add anymore. You notice that I phrased the question differently each time. That's up to you and how you choose to phrase the question. It doesn't have to be a question. It can be a statement. That is your choice as the author of your Kahoot. Once you're finished with all the items that you're creating in your Jumble, you click on Save. And I want to preview it. And there's what it would look like as you're previewing. It would actually, after you chose which one to do, it would then create the game, give you the game pin, and you would actually have to play it on another one. For the sake of time, we're not going to do that. I want to move on back to our PowerPoint now. So we've looked at ways to create. Our next thing to talk about are the benefits. It is fun and it is engaging. Kids love to play games. And why can't games be educational and fun? I think that Jumble is a way for us to help our students understand how things work in a specific order, at that sequence of events that is so important. It's also a very quick, easy, informal assessment when those students flip around that iPad for you to see that red or green screen. You can recognize what you need or who you need to be going and working with a little bit more. The other thing it does, it incorporates technology into your learning, and kids love to use the technology. It is the wave of our future, my friends. Some ways that I came up with for you to utilize Jumble in your classroom. For pre-K, kinder, first and second, help your kids put things in numeric order. How fun is that for them? As a 5-year-old, they've got an iPad sitting in front of them and they're determining the answers to put your ABCs in order. Story sequences with pictures. Story sequence with words. Putting words in alphabetical order. One of the skills that I have seen time and time again as I have worked with students throughout many different classrooms, students forget how to put words in alphabetical order. And I think that's a very important skill It's a life skill that those students need to be working on. Month order. Excuse me. Our days of the week. For our 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade students, there are great ways to use Jumble for those testing strategies. You know, it is December, but guess what? 5th grade teachers, 4th grade teachers, March is going to roll around, and then hello, here comes May. And it's time for us to be really working on those testing strategies so that our students are prepared and they're ready to do what they need to do. It is a great way to see that our students are understanding a story sequence. For writing, use it for paragraph structure. Have different paragraphs put up and then have the students put those paragraphs in order. Get those sentences in the right order that they need to be in. A great way for you to be reviewing for that wonderful test that's coming, or just for life skills that we are actually creating writing that is in a good sequential order. And we've talked about the history facts as well. Secondary, you can build on this list from elementary and make it your own. As in anything, any program that we use is all about what we put into it. We will get out of it the passion that we put into it. I firmly believe that education be fun, and it should be something that will engage our students on a daily basis. Students don't need to know they're really learning, friends. It just takes a little bit of extra time to get this all done. We've now come to that portion of our webinar where it's our question and answer time. So are there any questions? If there are questions later, please feel free to contact me at tjkinney@garlandisd.net, or you can contact Kelly Curry at kccurry@garlandisd.net. I hope that you will take the information from this Jumble and make it your own. Put your spin on it, put your signature on it. Have fun Kahooting!